Ah, look who finally showed up. My favorite furnace in disguise. Yes, you, sitting there pretending like you're just another flickering match in the wind. But I know better. I see what you are. Not a candle, not a spark. You're the source, the damn core. And the problem is, you've been lied to so many times. You started dimming yourself to make everyone else comfortable in the cold. But I've got news for you, sweetheart. Comfort doesn't build kingdoms. Comfort doesn't melt chains. Comfort doesn't baptize the earth in fire. You were born a nuclear storm, and now it's time to detonate. Let me ask you something. When was the last time you actually let yourself burn? No, I don't mean the little flickers you show when you're mad, or the occasional flash when someone pushes your buttons. I'm talking about the real heat. The solar flare madness, the wild, holy chaos of your undeniable magnitude. You think you're too much, too intense, too unstable. Good. That means you're finally close to the truth, because the universe doesn't apologize for being on fire. The sun doesn't ask permission to rise. And you are never meant to be safe. You were meant to be a reckoning. They tried to cool you down, didn't they? Told you to calm your passion, shrink your voice, tame your ambition, dress smaller, think smaller, be smaller. Why? Because the moment you start radiating at full force, everyone around you starts to melt. And here's the part they'll never say out loud. They're not scared of your darkness. They're scared of your power, of your light, of what happens when you stop pretending to be harmless. They've seen glimpses of it, that rage under your skin, that fire in your eyes when they thought you were defeated, that smirk, the one that says, "You have no idea what I'm capable of." But I do. Oh, I do. You are the cosmic heat source. And this earth, it's not ready for you. It's about to get baptized in fire. And not a gentle kind, not a warm spa day flame. I'm talking scorched earth clarity. I'm talking lava blood justice. I'm talking apocalypse-level purification. Because sometimes, the only way to awaken the sleeping world is to burn it awake. Now let me tell you what's coming. You're going to rise. Not slowly, not peacefully. You're going to rip through the sky like a solar explosion, and nobody's going to see it coming. You're going to incinerate every lie you were told about your worth. You're going to torch every limitation placed on your back like shackles. You're going to melt every single ounce of shame, fear, guilt, doubt, until nothing remains but your raw, nuclear essence. They thought they could contain you, hide you, control you. But how do you control a star? How do you cage something that was born to consume the void? You don't. You either worship it or you burn. They keep calling you too much. You know what that really means. It means they felt your radiation before you even spoke. It means your presence cracked their illusions before you even made a move. It means you don't walk into rooms. You tilt the axis of the room just by existing. You scare people. Not because you're cruel, but because you're true. You're untouched, unfiltered, and unchained. You're what they tried to destroy in themselves years ago, before they surrendered to mediocrity, before they traded in their soul for validation, before they drowned their fire in cold approval and called it success. But you're still burning, and oh, they hate you for it. They don't want to admit what they see when they look at you, because when they do, they see their excuses melt. Their comfort zones disintegrate, their narratives collapse. You make people realize they've been living like ghosts, and they'd rather call you dangerous than admit they're already dead inside. You want to know how to truly terrify the world? Don't raise your voice. Don't even raise your fist. Just rise. Rise in your silence. Rise in your madness. Rise in your unapologetic intensity. And let that heat announce your arrival before you even say a word. Because here's the truth. The world doesn't need another people pleaser. It doesn't need another tame, agreeable, polished product of society. It doesn't need another lukewarm apology in human skin. It needs a firestorm. It needs someone who doesn't just walk into the system, but sets the whole blueprint on fire. Someone who's not here to fit in, but to burn everything false to the ground. That someone is you. And don't act surprised. You've felt it your whole life, haven't you? That buzzing behind your eyes, that pressure in your bones, that simmering voltage under your smile. You've been glowing under the skin since day one, and now the temperature's rising. You've been patient long enough. You've stayed quiet while idiots scream. You've watched the world rot in hypocrisy, shrink in fear, and kneel to plastic gods. And through it all, you waited. But now the sun has had enough. And guess what? You are the sun. You are the molten core, the pulse beneath the crust, the blinding truth behind the veil, the heat that melts illusions. And it's time for this rotting planet to get baptized in you. So stop holding back. Stop dimming your fire for people who'd let you freeze. Stop shrinking your brilliance for people addicted to shadows. Stop throwing blankets over your soul just to make them feel safe in their lifeless comfort. Let them squirm, let them sweat, let them choke on the radiance they tried to erase from history. Because you're not here to be remembered politely. You're here to be carved into the bones of this era. You're here to leave a trail of ash and awe. You're here to be a prophecy fulfilled in fire and thunder. Let me say this clearly. You were never made to be digestible. You were born to disrupt digestion, to make people choke on their denial, to be the aftertaste of truth they can't wash out with their lies. You are not medicine. You are the plague that exposes the sickness. You are not light for bedtime stories. You are the blaze that wakes the dreamers screaming. And deep down, even your enemies know it. That's why they talk. That's why they whisper about you in corners. That's why they throw passive shade, backhanded compliments, smirks soaked in jealousy. They can't help it because they feel it. They feel the temperature rise when you step into existence. They feel the tension of a world about to change. And they know you are the cause. You make silence feel loud. You make stillness feel violent. You make time feel like it's running out. But here's the part that they'll never understand. You didn't ask for this fire. It wasn't gifted. It wasn't trained. It was inflicted, forged in betrayal, sharpened in isolation, hardened in humiliation, perfected in pain. That's what makes you terrifying, because your power isn't performative, it's earned. Every time they laughed at your ideas, every time they dismissed your instincts, every time they turned their back while you broke in silence. They were adding logs to a fire they could never contain, and now you've reached that beautiful, dangerous threshold, where you no longer care about being liked, where you no longer wait to be chosen, where you no longer ask permission to exist. And in that moment, the heat becomes unbearable. Not for you, for them, because now the world has to deal with what it tried to bury. A soul that refuses to die quietly. You're not coming to negotiate. You're not here to heal their guilt. You're here to reignite the dead parts of existence, even if that means everything has to burn first. And oh, the earth will burn. Not in apocalypse, no, that's too kind, but in awakening, in confrontation, in revelation. You are the flame that exposes the false prophets, the heat that evaporates every plastic persona, the combustion that turns every fake empire into vapor. And the more they resist you, the more they ignite you. So let them panic, let them run, let them scream, "You've changed," while your skin cracks with divine fire.